Welcome back, everybody, to episode number 26, Draft to Glory, Montreal Expos style, 1917, and we are at the draft. But before we get to the player draft, here are the winners from our last two videos, video 24 and video 25. And speaking of giving back, I need to do my YouTube draws right here. I like to be transparent. I like to do it kind of on a live show. So episode number 24 of the Draft to Glory Montreal Expos, we had four entrants. We had Ishvix, we had Fnatic, we had O's Bones, and we had Fussmucker. So let's find out who wins the 5 packs from YouTube video number 24. And it is one of my many good friends, Fnatic. Fnatic, congratulations. Thanks for entering that contest there. And episode number 25, we had 4 entrants as well. 3 were the same, but Fnatic didn't enter that one. This time it was Mr. Ree. Mr. Ree entered that one. So we're going to put those 4 names and hey, let's copy and paste them to make it look even busier here. There we go. Go here, we'll go here. So again, yeah, feel free to check out the videos. There's a question you have to answer in the video, and you will be in for the next draw. The next video will go up in a few hours after the show today. So, winner number 2 of 5 packs from YouTube video number 5 is 25, I should say, is Fussmucker. So the Fs are on track today. We got a Fussmucker and we got a Fnatic. Congratulations, Fussmucker and Fnatic, for winning 5 packs each. Those have already been put into your account. You should have got those yesterday or the day before already. That was performed live on the Twitch channel on Monday, September the 26th. Actually, Tuesday, September the 26th. Days just fly by. All right, let's get on to the 1917 draft. When we left off in episode 25, we saw the New York Giants sweep the Detroit Tigers. Now, who trying to ball? Probably not too happy with that. Sporer, probably not too happy. And Dishnet, not too happy, as all of those are big Detroit Tiger fans. But the Montreal Expos did much worse. So at least Detroit made the World Series. We finished with a 70-84 record, and the third worst record in the league, which means we were part of the lottery draft. And as you saw last episode, we moved down in the lottery. So we have number 4 pick overall. Here was the draft pool. We showed some of these players last day, but let's just go on with the draft. Let's see who's available before we start picking things apart. Okay. Pick number 1, Philadelphia Athletics would take George Gore. Cecil Cooper goes number 2, and Mark McGuire moves up. Mark McGuire, Gore, and Cooper. So Gore and Cooper were projected 1 and 2. McGuire was projected number 7. So that's going to leave an interesting situation for Montreal. The top projected pitcher is still on the board. Tim Raines is there, Stan Hack, and Jeff Kent, and Kent Herbeck. Last episode we said, well, we probably don't want Kent Herbeck for our needs. So let's take a look, first of all, at the batters. Here we see the projected potential defense. Really not a lot of high defenders. We've got Rocco Baldelli, and we've got Tom Downey. So if we want to go to what we talked about before and go defense, we're definitely thinking of Tom Downey. However, he's 25 years old, and I don't want to use the 3rd or 4th overall pick on him. Maybe if he's there next round. Rocco Baldelli, again, really good center fielder. Defense, again, I'm getting trapped into taking the offensive players. So Baldelli and Downey, if they're there round 2, we're definitely going to take one of those. But I think with our first overall pick, we have to look elsewhere. Now, here's a, really good Babbitt player. Contact, avoid K is really good. Again, a corner outfielder. If we look at our team right now, we got Juan Pierre, we got Bo Jackson, we got Nick Markakis, we've got on the bench, of course, we've got Cal Daniels, White Smith. A lot of options already in the outfield. Ken Herbick, just something's off with that profile. I don't want to take Herbick. I'm leaning towards either Jeff Kent or Tim Raines. Here's Stan Hack once again. Pretty good third baseman. I don't want to miss out on a player that is an MVP for many years to come. So that's why I'm a little hesitant. Raines looks like he's going to be, well-rounded, other than the defense. Only 18 years old. And Jeff Kent, 22 years old. I think we got to go with Tim Raines, right? For the memes. Montreal Expos Draft to Glory and you're passing on Tim Raines? How do you do that, Lap? You can't. You've got to take Tim Raines, so we will. Montreal Expos will take Tim Raines, projected to go number 6, so it's not that big of a reach. I guess, though, we should take a look at the pitchers just to see what's there. Jake Arrieta, Bob Ojeda. There's some good pitchers. And, of course, Jim Scott. No, we're going with Tim Raines. Tim Raines is now a member of the Montreal Expos. But let's go look at the draft log. Let's see who went after our pick. Herbick, Arrieta, some pitchers. Jeff Kent went fairly late, 10th overall. He was projected to go number 4. Jim Scott, I think, was projected to go in the top 5. Yes, he would go number 11. And I think those 2 defensive players are still there. So let's go back to the draft. Take a look at the pitchers first of all. Ed Walsh, who was really good with the Chicago White Sox. Interesting. Played a year with the Montreal Expos? How does that happen? In 1917. That can't be right. How does Ed Walsh play a year with Montreal? I'm going to have to check on that after the stream because there was no Montreal Expos. We're looking at his real life stats. It's like it's predicting that we're going to take Ed Walsh. That is extremely strange. Now I'm wondering, do we take Ed Walsh? Leave a comment, like what's going on with that real life stats? Let me go look at another player. Look at Al Downing. Real life stats. See, it doesn't say Montreal Expos. Weird. That is very strange. So Ed Walsh would be the pick if we go with the pitcher, and it is very tempting based on his real life stats. He had a really good career, 195 wins. All right, let's go back and look at our batters. Baldelli and Downey are still there, the 2 defensive players that probably we should be looking at. Probably, especially Baldelli. Because right now we have Juan Pierre. And hitting 236. His defense isn't as good. Really want Ed Walsh, though. He definitely won't be there next round. Ed Walsh or Baldelli. 21 years old. Got the screwball. He played during this time in real life. Wow. All right, I'm taking Ed Walsh. Might be a mistake, but we'll see what we have available next round. And it looks like a lot of pitchers still there, a lot of relief pitchers. I don't think we have any starters left. Batter-wise, both those defensive players, of course, are off the board now. And defensively, if we look at the defensive category, there's not much there. So round number 3, who do we go with? Let's sort by contact because we're still in the dead ball era. Contact, gap power, I think we go with Mike Caldretti. Sure. Let's take a look at the pitchers though. Let's see if there's a high-end reliever that we might want to consider. This guy, good dead ball profile, good movement, good control. Or do we go with Larry Duff? Lot of heat. I don't know if that movement's going to get there. No, let's go back to the batters. Let's go Mike Caldretti. All right, moving on to round number 4. Now we go and we look at the pitchers again. And what do we have available? Okay, Larry Duff is still there. Bill Smith. Low control. $25 old. Or do we risk it? Do we think he's going to get to that full 80 movement? I don't think he is. I think that's too risky of a pick, so I'm going to go with, I think we're going to go with this guy. Yeah. All right, another reliever for the farm, at least for now. We go to round number 5, and in round number 5, take a look at the batters. Bucky. First baseman and only first baseman. Jim Little for the outfield. Got some speed. And not much else. I think we're going to go with Jim Little. And hope we can get some of that random talent generation in his favor. Next up, second baseman Danny Espinoza. Choo-choo. We're just going to go with Derek Hill. Usually you have pretty good defense, but not in this case. All right, let's go with Danny Espinoza. On to round 7. Much left. Looking for some good names. Alec Thomas, real life player currently playing. You know what? He's got pretty good outfield range. Sort by defense here. 50 is the highest. I think we're going to go with, let's go with Alec Thomas. See if he can turn into something. Want that elite center fielder. Didn't get Rocco Baldelli. Next up. Get the numbers over here. Power's not important. Gap power. Catcher? No. I think we go to the pitchers now. What's left? 1-star pitchers. And they are very, very bad. Very bad. No pitchers. So I think we just go with the young guys and we hope that somehow within a few years they develop out of this world like the Senator did. So let's go with young Billy Riley. With draft pick number 9, round number 9, who do we got for young guys? Everett Bankston. And with our last pick, let's look for a fun name. What kind of fun name do we have here? Well, I know this player was in the Negro Leagues in the Perfect Team. They don't give him a lot of good attributes here. He's 24 years old. No, I don't think we're going to. I want a fun name, but not at the expense of just getting a nobody. All right, let's just go with the youngest guy. How about that? Let's try that. Youngest player left on the board, 18-year-old Martin Mullen. Keep an eye on you, Martin. Okay, that is going to be the draft. We are done the draft, and now we are going to go to opening day and play our first game of the 1917 season. Here we are. The grass has been freshly mowed. We are on opening day of 1917. This is who we've promoted onto the team. Of course, Ted the Senator Kennedy retired at the end of last season, and we don't really have a bona fide starter. All of our bullpen guys have low stamina. You'll see that Gene Wright has a 50. We've got Scott Stratton at an 80, and then Roy Halladay at a 40. So we're gonna go with a two-man rotation. We're still in the Deadball Era, and by the time we get to 1920, when the Deadball Era kind of ends, we should have Ed Walsh ready to go. Ed Walsh might even be ready next year. If we had to, we could probably put him in the lineup this year. But we're going to go with a two-man rotation. In terms of our hitting, we've brought in a few players making their debut with the Expos. Welcome, Frank Schugert. Shortstop, looks fully developed, 23 years old, had a 458 average in AAA, 331 average in AAA 2 years ago. So yeah, he's looking like he could be good. Ken Griffey Jr. will be making his debut. In last season in AAA, he hit 325, and early this year in AAA, he hit 304. He's ready for the show. Got to develop his defensive skills, but when he does, he should be really good. I'm looking at him as a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. So those are the two hitting additions, and then pitching-wise, we brought in a reliever to replace the Senator. You'll see here that we don't have much in the system for starting pitchers. Ken Penner, but we really don't want to bring him in as a starter right now, although he's been pretty good in AAA. If the two-man rotation doesn't work, we'll bring him in as the number 3 guy. Other than that, Ed Walsh is starting in AA. We've got Tim Raines going to start in rookie as an 18-year-old, got a long way to develop. And Whitey Lockman is moving up from AA to AAA. Spent 1.5 seasons in AA, did really well. He is ready for that next step and hopefully be on our team. I'm hoping he can be there in 2 years' time. 19 years old, I do not want to rush this kid because he looks like he's going to be pretty good. In terms of the beginning prospect rankings, let's take a look at the top 10. Go to our news, and we'll go up to the top. Here are your top prospects for this year. The Montreal Expos have the number 7 prospect, Ken Griffey Jr. So a lot of the players that were just drafted, George Gore, Jim Scott, Jake Arrieta, Cecil Cooper, they're all above Ken Griffey Jr. right now. But if we go to the league and we look at the top players, let's go to the player rankings. And here is your trivia question for today's episode. I want you to list one of the top 20 positional players that you see on this list right now. And again, as always, you got to list someone that hasn't been mentioned yet in the comments. So any of these top 20 players, list the name, put your PT username, and you'll be entered for the next 5-pack draw. Okay, Ken Griffey Jr. hasn't played a game yet in the major leagues. He's listed at number 16. Bo Jackson, number 6, sorry. So we have 2 Expos in the top 20, and pitching-wise, Scott Stratton is considered the second best pitcher in the league. I'll take that. I will take that. Okay, let's go to opening day this year, and we are not playing the Cincinnati Reds this time. We are up against the St. Louis Cardinals. Here is your starting lineup for the Montreal Expos 1917. Leading off and debuting, shortstop Frank Schugert. Hitting second, Captain Paul Molitor. In the number 3 slot, we have Bo Jackson. Making his debut and hitting fourth, welcome Ken Griffey Jr. Hitting fifth and playing right field, Nick Markakis. Hitting sixth, our first ever draft pick, Joe Sewell. In the number 7 slot, we have Hank Majeski. Hitting 8th and starting for the Montreal Expos, Roy Halladay. And in the number 9 slot, catcher Joe Garagiola. All right, as always, we will sim inning by inning. Let's do this, Expos. I think we're going to have a surprising year. I think the rookies are going to come in hot, and I think we're going to be in playoff contention come September. Let's go to the second inning. 1-0. St. Louis will head to the third. It is 3-2. The Expos have a huge second inning. Ken Griffey Jr. walks in his first plate appearance. He is moved over to the third base on a single by Nick Markakis. Joe Sewell will ground out, but that'll score Ken Griffey Jr. Singles by Majeski, Halladay, Schugert all contribute to the 3 runs for Montreal. All right, can Roy lock it down? After the third inning, it is still 3-2. We head to the 5th. 3-2. Top of the 6th, 3-2. As we go to the 7th, it is still 3-2 Expos. Roy Halladay, 6 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Next inning, and St. Louis will tie it up. So let's go to the bottom of the 8th in a 3-3 game. Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate. And he drives that one to left field. That is going to be caught. 1 away. Nick Markakis, second up. He golfs that one into right field. That is going to be caught. 2 away for Joe Sewell. And Sewell watches that one low for the walk. 1 on, 2 out for Hank Majeski, the number 7 hitter. And a little slow roller. That'll do it for the Expos in the 8th inning as we go to 9, 3-3. Halladay due up first in the order, so we're going to let him pitch until he gets into trouble here. Then we'll pinch hit for him. Easy out for the right fielder. Here comes Elvis Andrus to the plate. And Halladay picks that up, fires it over to first. 2 away. And make that 3. A shot over to Molitor. That'll be caught, and the Expos have a chance to walk it off in the 9th inning. Roy Halladay on the mound. His day is over. As we are going for the win, we're going to bring in best contact guy, and that's going to be Patsy Donovan. So Patsy Donovan doesn't have a very good eye, doesn't have a lot of power, but he does have decent contact. 1-0 pitch. And an error on the first baseman gets the Expos on the board for Joe Garagiola. He's going to bunt. He's going to attempt to bunt. Let's move the player over. Roll over to first. Not in time. Bunt opportunity. Successful. That's going to move the runner over to second with 1 out. Runner in scoring position for rookie Frank Schugert. All right, Frank. Let's make this a memorable start for you. Moves the runner to third. So now any pass ball, wild pitch. Paul Molitor at the plate. Paul's a pretty smart player. He's going to take a few pitches just to see if we get a lucky run off a pass ball. Ooh, low in the dirt, almost. 1-1 count. Next pitch. Takes that for a strike. So we've got pretty good speed on the base paths. How about we try a steal home? What do you guys think? Patsy Donovan? Look at that speed. Let's try it. What the heck? Opening day, Patsy Donovan gonna try and steal home. Here comes the play. It is high. Here comes the runner and the run. Costly? We'll find out soon. All right, let's bring in Ron Guidry. Guidry now in line for the win, and the St. Louis Cardinals have George Nickel at the plate. I don't have a lot of faith in my bullpen. We don't have a very strong bullpen. As you can tell, Duke Farrell coming up. He's going to bunt it, but right into the glove of Ron Guidry. 1 away. Runner on first. Fred Hartman. Oh, they're looking for another bunt. And it is laid down perfectly. 2 away, runner on second for Luis. Can you do? Guidry, this is your last batter. He gets him to strike out. Okay, Guidry in line for the win. Facing Cliff Fannin. Paul Molitor. Come on, I smell a double, Paul. Here comes a double. And it is ripped down the third base line. That'll put a runner on first base for Bo Jackson. How about a little stolen base opportunity? Let's try and steal second. Paul's got good speed, pitches low, and he is thrown out. Critical base running error. All right, Bo, time for a home run then. That one is driven to right field, second out of the inning. Ken Griffey Jr. Can he walk it off? Here comes the pitch. And right to the first baseman. All right, Ron Guidry, we've tested you enough. You're good for your 1 inning. Let's bring in Dan Collins, the ace of the bullpen. Look at this profile. You might get a walk out of him, but I highly doubt you get a home run. Dan Collins, first pitch of the 11th inning, and that is driven to left field. 1 away. Next up, Profar. Deep to center field, but easily played by Ken Griffey Jr. And Fred McGriff. Haven't seen him play much in this series. I guess he's in the league right now. Fred McGriff gets the single back to Elvis Andrus. And he drives it into left field for a single. So we have a threat here. Fortunately, we have the pitcher coming up. Are they going to pinch hit for him? Let's pitch to Leon first of all. Okay, good choice. That'll do it for the Cards as we head to the bottom of 11. Nick Markakis on, and he drives it over the head of the center fielder. Played that pretty sloppily, and it's a double, leadoff double for Nick Markakis. Joe Sewell up at the plate, and he takes an intentional walk. So that's going to bring up Hank Majeski with the pitcher on deck. We're gonna bunt here. Then we're gonna bring in a pinch hitter. Ball? Maybe we'll take a few pitches. 1-1. Let's take one more pitch. Goes low. Okay. 3-1. Let's see if we can load up the bases here. Full count. All right, I guess we got to get him to swing away. 1. Okay. Well, move the runner to third. Fielder's choice. Runners on the corners. Dan Collins is not going to hit. We're going to go for the win here, and we're going to bring in Bob Chance. Bob Chance, a one-time regular, but kind of taking a back seat this year because we do have some other players that probably will outperform Bob Chance. But hey, get a hit here, and I might reconsider. That one is driven to second. Here comes a play at home, and he is out. Oh, they throw him out at home. Let's see if we can watch that replay. Second baseman fire. Oh, yeah. Plenty of time. Third base running error of the extra innings. Up to Joe Garagiola. Joe, you've got a hit today, but I'm going to bring in Manny Seguin. Bring someone fresh off the bench. Seguin up against Cliff Fanning, 0-1 count, and we go to the 12th inning. Got to make a few lineup changes. Seguin is going to go as our catcher, and we're going to have to bring in Danny Darwin, I guess, is now the pitcher of record. Top of 12, 2-0 count. I'm not feeling good about this inning. I'm not feeling good about it. 1 away for Duke Farrell. Good. 2 up, 2 down for Fred Hartman. And skies that one. To the third baseman, 3 up for Frank Shugart. Okay, we have the top of the order. I thought maybe we'd give up a run there. Fortunately, we got through it. Now Shugart is going to line out to left field. Paul Molitor at the plate. 1 hit in his 5 plate appearances. He goes down swinging. Bo Jackson. Come on, Bo. Let's end this game. People want to go home. This was supposed to be a short video, Bo. We're going to the 13th. Danny Darwin, we're going to leave in for 1 more inning. There's the strikeout. 1 away, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and that one is golfed into the gap. That's going to go to the wall, and the St. Louis Cardinals have a runner on second base going for third where he's gunned down. Let's go. Ken Griffey Jr. with the arm. Let's see what kind of replay we get out of that. Forget Willie Mays. We've got Ken Griffey Jr. firing it to third on a 1-hopper. 2 away, bases empty for Willie Wilson. And he strikes out. Okay, time to do it. We got it. Time to end it now. 13 innings. Why is it our home openers always seem to go long? It's like they know I'm streaming. Let's go. Ken Griffey with a tremendous defensive play in the top of the inning. What's he got on offense now? Lines it to the third baseman, 1 away. It's going to bring up Nick Marquez, hitting 400 on the day. He's hot. He is hot, and he's going to drop that one in. Okay, runner on. We've made 3 base running errors so far. Joe Sewell. Nick can't really run, so we're just going to swing away. We're going to play regular baseball. Moves the runner to second. 2 out for Hank Majeski. And is this going to be it? It's into, shallow, average runner. And the outfielder has a great arm. And we've got the pitcher spot due up next. I don't think we run. We can't make another base running error. Look at that. The throw comes. Probably would have got him. We'll never know. Okay, Danny Darwin, we want you to get the win, so we're going to bring in Bill Plantier? No. Juan Pierre. Juan Pierre into the game. Let's take a look at his ratings. He's got good avoid K, pretty good speed, good contact. So again, let's take a couple pitches just to see if anything. Oh, I guess not. That is it. Juan Pierre with the walk-off pinch hit appearance, and the Montreal Expos, in 13 innings, win their home opener of the 1917 season. This looks almost like an all-star game lineup. All these substitutions in and out. Fortunately, it paid off for us, not sending the runner on that last play. And Juan Pierre with the walk-off. Winner, Danny Darwin, going 2 innings, giving up 1 hit. All runs given up by Roy Halladay. And it will be this guy, Gordon Seyfried, with the loss. Okay. Expos gunning them down. Look at that. First time 3 outfield assists versus the Cardinals. Got to take a look. Were they all by Ken Griffey? Let's take a look at the box score there. Outfield says Griffey, Markakis, and Jackson. So each of the 3 outfielders contributed with an assist. And who was the player of the game? It was Roy Halladay, of course. All right, there you have it. The draft is done. The first game of the season is done. We've got our contest question already put in. There's nothing else I need to tell you guys except leave a like, and we'll see you next episode. Have a wonderful day. It is a great day for baseball. Up Top Hound, signing off.